Hello, everyone. I am going to give you the key for midterm 1 with full explanations. So the first question of the exam, number 1, you are going to solve the quadratic equations by using any method of your choice. So I will think of the method factoring first. Let's say factoring is helpful to solve these problems. So quickly, I notice I have a number 8. That means I am going to use AC method. Okay, so I have 8 and -3. 8 times -3. I do that one first. That giving me -24. And I am looking for two numbers. That when they multiply together, that equals -24. And when they add, they are equal 10. So the two numbers I can think of will be number 12 and number -2. Right? Then you are going to write out the number 12 and number -2. I need to take that and divide it by 8 because I use AC method. So I divide that by 8. Once again, the 8 come here and here. Okay, so let's simplify that. 12 over 8, I can simplify by 4, right? So if I divide it by 4, I'm getting 3 over 2. Am I right? And for the 2 over -2 over 8, I can simplify that by 2. So I'm getting -1 over 4. Okay, so my two new number, they are 3 over 2 and -1 over 4. I can put them into the factoring right now. So that will be x plus 3 over 2 times x minus 1 over 4. And with factoring, they don't allow me to have the fractions. So I have to move the 2 up here and make that to be 2x plus 3. The 4 right here, I move it up and I get 4x minus 1. So that is a complete factoring. So if you go back to the problem, this is your main problems, okay? You can factor that to be 2x plus 3 times 4x minus 1 equals 0. And you can separate them. So I have 2x plus 3 equals 0. 4x minus 1 equals 0. You solve for each, subtracting 3. Then I get 2x equals -3 divided by 2. Then I get x equals -3 over 2. Okay, that is one answer. Let me highlight it. And the other one, add 1 both sides. I get 4x equals 1 divided by 4 both sides. I end up with x equals 1 over 4. That is the second solutions. So that is one method to solve it. The other method to solve it is complete the square quadratic formula. Complete the square is not a good idea for this problem because we have AC method. So I will use quadratic formula for the second method. So let's moving on to the second method. So the problem that we have is 8x squared plus 10x minus 3 equals 0. I can tell A is 8, B is 10, and C is -3. So the formula telling me the answer I get will be x equal -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Let's plug in the number right now. So I get b is 10, so the negative b becomes -10 plus or minus square root of b squared will be, again, 10 squared minus 4 times ac. A is 8, okay, and C is -3. Divided by 2a is 2 times 8. Okay, we need to simplify that. So I get -10 plus or minus square root. So let's see, 10 squared will be 10 times 10, and I get 100. All right, next, I have a negative right here. With that negative will becomes a positive. And then I get 4 times 8 times 3. What is that? So I have 4 times 8 is 32, and 32 times 3, what is it? Is it 96? Divided by 16. Okay. Keep going. We have -10 plus or minus. Inside the square root, I have 100 plus 96 equal 196. Do you know what is the square root of 196? That's 14. Okay, so from here, I can separate that into two different problems to easily simplify. The first one, I have -10 plus 14 divided by 16. And the second one, I have -10 minus 14 divided by 16. Okay, let's see, what do we get? -10 plus 14 is 4. 4 over 16 is 1 over 4. -10 minus 14 is -24. Divided by 16 is -3 over 2. So the two answers were just exactly as solving by factoring. So between the two methods, if you ask me which one I prefer the factoring AC method better, because it looked like you try to solve the puzzle finding the two numbers that match with the system. You don't have to dealing with big number. Versus with a quadratic formula, the first one that I'm seeing is you have to memorize a formula. That's one thing. Second thing, when you multiply them and adding, you get a square root of 196. So you have to be able to find out square root 196 is 14. And the method to do that is the prime factorizations I show in class. Okay, anyway, that is number 1. You get 10 points for it. Number 2, you solve equations. So the equation that I have, that is the one contain of fractions. Nobody likes fractions, okay? Therefore, we are going to get rid of the fractions. First, I will see the x plus 4 is like x plus 4 over 1. Okay. So the problem that I have right now, that will be 3, let me write it bigger. 3 plus x over 3 plus x plus 7 over 2 equal x plus 4 over 1. What is a LCD? I have number 3, number 2, and number 1. I think it's not too bad to find out the LCD is 6. And I am going to multiply each of the term, that term by 6, that term by 6, and that term by 6. So let's do it right now. So I multiply by 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here. So what I am targeting is simplify the 6 by the 3, the 6 by the 2, and the 6 by the 1, right? Okay, so I'm getting 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I have 2 times 3 plus x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we get 3 times x plus 7. And last one, 6 divided by 1, nothing changed. I still get 6. All right, you see the equations right now, I have no more fractions involved. So next step is remove all the parentheses. So I am going to distribute 2 times 3, 2 times x. And then 3 times x, 3 times 7. And then 6 times x, 6 times 4. Okay, then combine like terms. I can combine the 6 and the 21, the 2x and the 3x. And I'm getting 5x plus 27. All right, equals 6x plus 24. Let's combine like term again. The 5x and the 6x, I can bring them together, right? So let's move the 5x over. Subtracting 5x. Then I get 27 equal 6x minus 5x give me 1x. And then I subtract 24 to both sides. I'm getting x equal 3. All right, that is the only solutions. Number 3, evaluate the difference quotients. So I give you the formula already. You don't have to memorize it. So what I need to do right now is I need to find out what is f of x plus h. Okay, they have f of x here. So let's find out what is f of x plus h. You see that in term of f of x, in term of the x, I get the x right here, the x right here. Now, if I want f of x plus h, I will change all the x into the x plus h. So I get x plus h. square minus 4 times x plus h plus 2. All right, simplify here. I think I need a bit more room. So let me move it. So with the x plus h square, you can do the FOIL by getting x plus h times another x plus h. You see the foiling right here? If you don't like to do the foiling, you can straight to the answer with the x plus h square. Okay, so I get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 4x minus 4h plus 2. Okay, I think I cannot combine anymore, right? So that will be the f of x plus h. Now let's put that into that formula. I get the f of x plus h, this guy here. You see that? And the f of x, it was from here. So let's write out the whole thing together. So with the f of x plus h, I have this guy here. Let me just bring that over. And then subtract. So let me put a subtract in different color. F of x, it is x squared minus 4x plus 2. Divided by h. Do you know why I have to put a parentheses? Because this is a subtractions. So it will change the sign of every term inside the parentheses when I remove the parentheses. All right, let's see. I get x squared plus 2xh. And now subtracting x squared plus 4x minus 2. Does that make sense to you? When I distribute a negative, the sign they change. Okay. Divided by h. All right, let's see what can I simplify from here. So I can simplify the x squared. All right. The 4x, 2. So these terms, they are gone already. What left right now for me to collect will be the 2xh, the h squared, negative 4h. That's it. All right, simplify one more thing, the h. So I will separate it. Okay, so we can simplify the h and I get 2x plus h minus 4. That is the final answer. All right, moving on to number 4. Solve the absolute value inequality. So the problem that we have is we get that absolute value subtracting 3 greater than 2. Before doing anything, what I need is isolate the absolute value. So So doing that, it means I need to add 3 to both sides, right? And I have 2x minus 7 greater than 5. All right, let me write here. So 2x minus 7 greater than 5. With the absolute value, you have to split it up into 2 different problems, right? So I'm going to get 2x minus 7 greater than 5. And then I get 2x minus 7 less than negative 5. In the lecture, I say that already. So the first problem that will contain exactly the same sign with number. The second problem, from original, I will flip the sign. You see that the sign is flipping, and I have this number opposite. Also, when I have the sign greater than, I call this a more, right? Therefore, the joining word will be or. Solving right now. Add 7 to both sides. 2x greater than 12 divided by 2. I get x greater than 6. On here, adding 7, I get 2x less than 2. Divide both sides by 2. I get x less than 1. Okay, so what I have so far is just solving only. They are not the final answer yet. The final answer, they ask you to write the solutions in interval notations. Okay, so let me use different color so I can notate it. So I use a red color for the x greater than 6 and the blue color for x less than 1. Let's do the graphing right now. So this is negative infinity, positive infinity. I get 1 right here, I get 6 right here. So let's do the highlighting. So I have the part x greater than 6 with red color, right? That is x greater than 6. So let me do it above. Okay, and then I have the blue color for x less than 1. There we are. This is all, right? So we're collecting both. The final answer will be negative infinity to 1 union 6 to infinity. That is the final answer. Number 5 is very similar, but with a sign less than. So still, step 1, I'm going to isolate the absolute value. So adding 4 to both sides. And I'm getting 3x plus 5 less than or equal 4. So split up to 2 separate problems. I get 3x plus 5 less than or equal 4. 3x plus 5. What happened to the sign? You flip it, right? And opposite number. All right. The word joining 2 problems. The sign is less than. So I have n. Less than n. Solving right now. Subtracting 5 to both sides. I get 3x less than or equals negative 1 divided by 3. I'm getting x less than or equal negative 1 over 3. On the other side, subtracting 5, I get 3x greater than or equal to -9 divided by 3. Then I get x greater than or equal to -3. So, similar like number 4, we are going to get 2 different colors for them. Do graphing. I have -3 here, -1/3 here. Shading with the color. Okay. And here. All right, so you see that the interval that they overlap, or the interval that I have 2 colors at once, will be from -3 to -1/3. Okay. Also, this is a sign less than or equal, so I am using the bracket. And that is the final answer for number 5. Now, number 6, you solve the inequality. So the first step of solving the inequality will be treating the problem equal 0. So that's step 1. So let's solving for that one first. We get x squared plus 6x plus 8. This one looks similar to number 1, right? Look at this. This looks very similar to number 1. But number 1 is harder because we have number 8 in the front, so we use AC method. For this problem that we are working on, we don't have a number in front of x squared, so we just solving a regular trinomial. So think about 2 numbers, multiply together equals 8, add together equals 6. What are they? Is it a 2 and a 4? Yeah, 2 and a 4. So we can put that into a factor. X plus 2 times x plus 4. Okay. Separate. X plus 2 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. So subtracting 2 both sides, I get x equal -2. Subtracting 4 both sides, I get x equal -4. All right. Next, step number 2, we are going to put that into the graph, or the side of testing, right? Let me move it a little bit. So I have a -4 here, -2 here. Okay, so inside that interval, -infinity to -4, I will pick the testing for number 5. Okay, inside that interval, I will pick a -3. And inside that interval, I'll pick 0. So what do I test for? I will test for these two, because I know it. These guys multiply by these guys, I go back to that one, right? So I have x plus 2, x plus 4, and if I multiply them, I will get the answer, right? So with the side testing, when you put -5 in here, -5 plus 2 is -3. So I get negative. -5, look here. You get -5 plus 4 is a -1, negative again. And now, testing for -3. -3, plug on here. You get -3 plus 2 is a -1. So negative. -3 plug on here, you get -3 plus 4 is a +1. So that's positive. Now 0 on here, you get positive. And 0 on here, you get positive. Okay, what we care for is the x squared plus 6x plus 8, which equal x plus 2 times x plus 4, right? So x plus 2 times x plus 4. So I just multiply. You see the signs multiply right here? This guy multiply by that guy. So I just multiply the sign. Multiply negative by negative, I get a positive. Negative multiplied by positive, I get negative. Positive multiplied by positive, I get a positive. All right. So that means in this sections or that interval, I get positive. In that interval, I get positive. And in that interval, I get negative. You see that? What they asked me is a negative, right? Less than or equal to 0 means negative. So the answer would be -4 to -2. Remember, we get an equal right here. So we use a bracket. All right. Number 7, we are going to find the solutions for the radical equations. So just like the absolute value, you are going to isolate the radical equations. So isolate radical. So what does it mean by it? That means I have to move the x away, move a 4 away, right? So I'm going to add the x to both sides. And I get square root of 10 plus x minus 4 equals x. We're not done yet though. We need to move the 4 also. So I get square root of 10 plus x equal x plus 4. All right. So let's write it here. So once the radical is isolated, I am going to square both sides. So square both sides. So let me put in the square right now. All right, after you squared, you're gonna get the square and the square root. They destroy each other. So I get 10 plus x equal. On the other side, x plus 4 squared, that is x plus 4 times x plus 4. And I need to do the foiling for that. So before doing it, let me separate this guy. I don't want that to be confusing. So 10 plus x equal x squared plus ax plus 16 after foiling. Combine like terms. Move the x, move the 10. So subtracting x. Subtracting 10. All right. And again, we have the quadratic equations. So just like number 1, we are going to solve it, right? This is a number 1, okay? So I need to find two numbers multiplied together equals 6. add together equals 7. Are they number 1 and number 6? So I can factor that to be x plus 1, x plus 6. All right. And separate, I get x plus 1 equals 0, x plus 6 equals 0. Subtracting 1 both sides, I get x equal -1. Subtracting 6 both sides, I get x equal -6. Do not call the final answer yet because we need to verify it. So let's thinking. The original equation, it was square root of 10 plus x minus 4 equals 0. So what we need to do right now is verify by plug the -1 into the x. So let's do it quickly. I have 10 plus -1 is is a positive 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So I have 3 here, right? Minus 1, minus 4. Is that a 0? I'm sorry, this is a plus 1 because I have a -1 in here, right? So 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So x equal -1 is one of the solutions. Next, let's find out what x equal -6. So I'm going to plug the -6 in here. All right. So 10 plus -6 is a positive 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Minus with a -6 becomes a plus 6 minus 4. Okay, is that the answer right here? 2 plus 6 is 8. It's not, right? Therefore, x minus 6 is not the answer. I rule that one out, okay? So the final solutions for the problem is just x equal -1. Let's move on to number 8. So I have 2 points. P -7, 3 and Q 6, -2. You want to find the slope of the line PQ. So let me write again. So P -7, 3, Q 6, -2. What I'm gonna do is I call this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. And I am using the slope formula. Rise over run. The change in y over the change in x. So y2 is -2 minus 3 over 6 minus -7. -5 over 13. So the slope is -5 over 13. The distance, I get the distance formula, a big square root of the change in y square plus the change in x square. So we have -2 minus 3 square plus 6 minus -7 square. This is -5 square plus 13 square. All right. What is -5 square? -5 is, -5 square is -5 times -5. I get a positive 25. And 13 squared is 13 times 13, I get 169. So 169 plus 25 is square root 194. And let's see if I can simplify square root 194. So 194 prime factorizations of 194 is 2 times 97. That's it. I cannot find any two same number, right? So square root 194 is just 194, square root 194. So let me highlight the answer. Number 9, you are going to write the equation of the line that passed through the point P and parallel to the other line. So let's do it like this. I will call the line that I'm looking for. It is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. All right, it's passed through the point -6, 3. So what I have here, the -6 is my x1, the 3 is my y1. So I get these value already, right? Let me write. So this is -6. I'm sorry, I write opposite. This is 3, and this is -6. What we don't have right now is the m. So we have to use the information from the second line. The two lines, when they're parallel, they have the same slope. So for the second line, that line right here, y plus 3x equal -12. So I need to find the slope, move the 3x away. I have -3x minus 12. So the slope for this line would be -3. Okay, that is the slope. I told you already, the two lines, they're parallel, so they have the same slope, right? So that -3 will also be the slope of this line here. So we have -3 on here as well. Okay, we get all the information. Let's plug in right now. So y minus 3 equal -3 times x minus -6. So y minus 3 equal -3 times x plus 6. You distribute -3, and then you add 3 to both sides. Let me write, adding 3. Okay, so that is the line you're looking for. Lastly, number 10. You're going to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. For the equation 2x minus 3y equals 6. So let me write on here. To find the x-intercept, you're going to let y equal 0. So and you're gonna find out what is x, right? So when y equals 0, I have 2x minus 3 times 0 equals 6. And that giving me 2x. 3 times 0 is 0, right? 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. So I get x equals 3. So that means I have y equals 0 and x equals 3. You put x-intercept will be 3, 0. Okay? And then let's find the y-intercept. For the y-intercept, you're going to let x equal 0. And you find y. All right? So we have 2 times 0 minus 3 times y equals 6. So I get 0 minus 3y equals 6. I don't need to care about 0, right? Let's divide both sides by -3. So I have y equals -2. That means x equals 0, y equals -2. That is the y-intercept. So let me highlight that right now. And put that into the graphing. You are going to plot the point of x-intercept and y-intercept. So 3, 0. This is 3, 0. And the y-intercept 0, -2 is here. So we are going to connect them. Let me extend my line. All right. So that is the line. 2x minus 3y equals 6. And for the bonus, you simplify I to the power 26. So let's write out a few things right here. We get I to the 0, that equals 1. I to the 1 is still I. I squared, what is I squared? -1, right? I cube is -I. And I to the 4th gonna be I to 0 again. So what we are going to do is we know that the cycle of every 4 term that is repeating, right? Every 4 term that's repeating. So if you get a 26, I'm sorry, why write 24? You divide it by 4. You times 6, right? You get 24. Subtract them, you have 2 remainder. So 2 remaining. Therefore, I have I to the 26. That equal I square. And I square is -1. That is the final answer.